There are moments in science when discovery feels like triumph, like the universe itself rewarding us with secrets we were bold enough to chase. And then there are moments that feel very different. Moments when what we see unsettles us, when the data shakes our confidence and forces us to ask questions we are not ready to answer. That is exactly what just happened with Voyager 1, the most distant spacecraft ever built by humanity. More than 24 billion kilometers away, beyond the boundary of the solar system, Voyager 1 has just sent back an image that has left scientists at NASA speechless. This is not a glitch, not random noise, but a pattern, structured, deliberate, and terrifying in its implications. The photograph, blurred by distance yet carrying unmistakable anomalies, is so unlike anything Voyager has sent before that it has sparked panic behind closed doors. What did Voyager 1 capture out there in the darkness? Is it a natural cosmic phenomenon we have never encountered before, or proof of something we were never meant to see? Voyager 1 began its journey in 1977, launched during a time when humanity had only just begun dreaming of exploring the stars. Its mission was simple: study Jupiter and Saturn, send back images of their moons and rings, and then continue forward into the void. No one truly expected it to last beyond a decade. Yet here we are, nearly 5 decades later, and Voyager is still alive, still transmitting across an unimaginable gulf of space. It has crossed the heliopause, the invisible boundary where the solar wind of our sun gives way to the raw chaos of interstellar space. And it continues into a region no human probe has ever ventured before. For years, its transmissions have fascinated scientists, providing precious data about cosmic rays, magnetic fields, and the density of the interstellar medium. But in 2024, something shifted. Alongside streams of valuable scientific data came anomalies, patterns of repetition, fragments of signals that seemed structured, as though the spacecraft were not just recording the universe, but encountering something embedded within it. Engineers initially dismissed this as a malfunction, but when an image file arrived, unlike any other, those explanations crumbled. The picture was faint, distorted by the limitations of Voyager's aging camera systems. Yet it carried features that should not be there. Instead of the black, featureless backdrop of interstellar space, the image showed oscillating bands of light and shadow, symmetrical curves, and repeating nodes that looked less like noise and more like architecture. It was as if Voyager had photographed a structure, something vast, geometric, and eerily ordered, suspended in the darkness where no stars should shine. The data analysis only deepened the unease. The frequency of the distortions aligned with harmonic ratios, mathematical constants that occur in music and in the architecture of human civilization. NASA tried to dismiss the picture as corrupted transmission, an error caused by Voyager's failing systems. But independent labs who accessed the raw data insisted that the image was authentic. Its repeating geometry was too precise to be accidental. If Voyager truly captured what the data suggests, then the craft has stumbled upon either a phenomenon of physics never before imagined or a construct of intelligence beyond our comprehension. Behind official statements of anomalous data under review, the mood inside NASA turned from curiosity to alarm. Leaks from engineers revealed that the agency held multiple closed-door meetings to address what the image implied. If Voyager had indeed captured a structure, the implications were catastrophic for our understanding of the cosmos. How could such an object exist undetected at the edge of our solar system? How could something so massive and orderly evade every telescope on Earth only to be revealed by a probe nearly half a century old? Worse still, the patterns in the image bore a resemblance to the strange data sequences already noted in Voyager's transmissions earlier in the year, signals some experts described as structured noise, code-like fragments embedded within natural readings. To many, the connection was undeniable. This was not coincidence. This was communication. And if it was communication, then Voyager 1 might not just be observing deep space. It might be interacting with something within it. The panic at NASA was not about a blurry picture. It was about the possibility that humanity had just received its first undeniable proof that we are not alone. The image has sparked one question that no one dares to voice publicly. Is Voyager 1 still under our control? The spacecraft was designed to be simple, a relic of 1970s technology with memory weaker than a modern calculator. Yet now it seems to be transmitting data in rhythms and structures it should not be capable of generating. Could something have intercepted Voyager's systems? Could its instruments be hijacked, reprogrammed, or influenced by whatever phenomenon it has encountered? Some theorists argue that the probe has simply entered a region of space where physics itself behaves differently, creating illusions of patterns. But others whisper about a darker scenario. Voyager has touched something alive, something aware, and it is now being used as a conduit. If this is true, then the image it sent is not just a picture. It is a message meant for us. One that we may not yet have the language to understand. And that possibility, more than anything else, explains why NASA is no longer treating this as a malfunction. Voyager has crossed a threshold into the unknown, and what it brought back may change the course of human history forever. As analysts pored over the raw data from Voyager 1's transmission, something even more chilling came to light. The repeating curves and nodes captured in the image did not align randomly, but matched geometric principles deeply rooted in mathematics. Ratios of symmetry, harmonic divisions, and even sequences resembling the golden ratio appeared embedded in the structure. These were not the messy signatures of natural phenomena like nebulae or plasma clouds. This was order, precision, design. Some compared it to the crop circle phenomenon on Earth, patterns that defy chaos and suggest deliberate intent. Except this time the message came not from a field of wheat, but from the abyss of interstellar space. If nature could sculpt such perfection, it would require laws of physics we have yet to even theorize. If not, then Voyager had just captured a glimpse of technology so advanced it appears indistinguishable from nature itself. Within days of the image being transmitted, NASA's public communication on Voyager 1 grew strangely muted. Updates that had once been shared with enthusiasm stopped abruptly. The official Voyager mission page, which had celebrated every minor transmission for decades, released nothing but generic statements about data calibration. Scientists who had previously been open to media requests declined interviews. Leaks from within the agency suggested that multiple intelligence agencies had suddenly taken an interest, demanding classified briefings. The shift was unmistakable. What had been a triumph of science was now a matter of national security. And that silence only fueled suspicion. If the image was simply an error, why not prove it? If it was meaningless, why hide it? The refusal to share more only made one conclusion seem likely. The image carried something humanity was not ready to face. Whispers started circulating through the scientific community, growing louder by the hour. What if the structure Voyager captured wasn't a natural object at all, but evidence of contact? The idea electrified people and terrified them at the same time. Remember, Voyager carried the golden record, our message to the cosmos, greetings, sounds, images from Earth, an invitation to any civilization that might find it. What if something answered, not with radio chatter, but by intercepting the probe itself? Imagine that, Voyager stumbling into the presence of a machine or structure built by another intelligence. Theories mushroomed. An ancient alien artifact, drifting for eons. An active outpost quietly monitoring the galaxy. Or something so alien it seems woven into the fabric of space itself. Whatever the truth, contact had moved from theory to pixelated reality. That single haunting image stared back at us, pixel by pixel. As the world waited for answers, dread settled over the scientific community. Engineers listened to each faint transmission with clenched jaws. What came next was stranger still. Hidden in the static were repeating sequences, binary-like streams that matched none of Voyager's known instrument outputs. Some said it was just noise from radiation damage. Cryptographers disagreed. The repetition was too precise, too deliberate. It looked like code. If it was code, it wasn't Voyager speaking anymore. It was whatever Voyager had encountered. That realization turned curiosity into alarm. The photograph might have been the introduction, the first line in a dialogue we never rehearsed for. Voyager was never intended to be a messenger. Built in the 1970s with primitive instruments, a handful of cameras, And that golden record? It was a time capsule meant for a chance encounter. Yet nearly 50 years later, this tiny craft had become the conduit for something far darker. The image's geometric precision, its unnatural symmetry, the inexplicable repeating patterns, they weren't mere curiosities. They felt like a warning. NASA hides behind careful wording, saying the data is under review, but silence can speak louder than any press release. Voyager has crossed a threshold into a region where something else exists. Vast, deliberate, possibly alive. If those repeating signals and coded transmissions are genuine, then the probe hasn't just recorded the universe. It has been answered. What lies beyond the heliopause may not be emptiness but intelligence waiting in the dark, watching and now responding. The panic inside NASA isn't about a blurry image. It's about what comes next. If Voyager 1 has indeed made first contact, the universe stops being a mystery and becomes a mirror. For the first time, something on the other side is staring back. If you want to follow every update, every leak, and every revelation about what Voyager 1 has uncovered, like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications because the next image it sends may not just cause panic at NASA, it may change the fate of humanity forever.